vibrate all.
Yep. Oh, I already did that.
Okay. All right, I see it's up there. So now you can go to
I don't see it.
Thanks for Sheriff, and then you can share it to your page.
There we go. We coming live. We coming live. We coming live. Did I say we coming live? We coming live. Facebook live. YouTube live. Roku MCN6. And you can also visit Joseph Banks. We live? Are we live? We are live. We are live. We are live. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? We still just going to take just a couple of seconds here just to make sure that we are sharing our footage, or our feed, I should say, with the necessary individuals out there. So then, therefore, you can get it live. Facebook Live. YouTube Live. We're going to be on Roku. And also MCN6. And we also encourage you to check out Joseph Banks for Sheriff's page. Everything you need to know is right on there. But we're going to go ahead and jump right on in and get started here. As you can see, we got some fabulous individuals to my right, and we will be introducing them here shortly. I don't know, maybe they shirts and stuff is kind of giving things away before we get started, but that's okay. Hey, as you know, this is just another fabulous Wednesday of Let's Talk About It with your boy Joe and Antoine. And yes, this is a grassroots campaign for Joseph Banks as he is seeking candidacy for Hennepin County Sheriff. However, we also know that he cannot do this by himself. You know, he needs you as the community to get involved. Your voice matters. Your voice counts. And he, as Hennepin County Sheriff, will have to answer to who? You, the people. And that's why it is so important for you to get involved in your community, so then therefore you can have a say-so in how your community is shaping up. And we know right now the biggest topic that we have is safety. Safety is paramount in our communities across the country, for that matter. This is almost like an epidemic of what's kind of going on when we get to talking about, you know, just gun violence primarily, but just crime in general. Because we're still seeing a lot of Cadillac converters being stolen, you know, homes being burglarized, you know, people being assaulted, you know, cars being, you know, carjacked, et cetera, et cetera. But again, before we get into all of that, you know what we got to hit you with.
That's right. That's right. We got to hit you with that backpack.
That backpack.
As you know, we start, middle, and end of the show with that backpack. You know, this show is designed to make sure you get a chance to meet me, the candidate, and I get a chance to meet you, the community. Also, it gives you a chance to come on and talk about things that's happening in the community with you, your family, and friends. Bring on your businesses, talk about what you want to see, bring attention to what you're doing in the community to give back and contribute. So without further ado, I'm going to hit you with that backpack. That backpack consists of making sure you got your driver's license and insurance with you before you get in that vehicle. Make sure you place it above the visor so if stopped by law enforcement, it won't be mistaken for a weapon. Keep your hands where they can be seen. Stay calm, and as always, make it home to your loved ones. Same thing you're walking down the street. Make sure you got your driver's license or ID with you. Keep your hands where they can be seen. Stay calm. Allow the officer to go through his spiel. And as always, make it home to your loved one.
You got to make it home. That backpack is so important. So again, if you want to kind of call in, chime in, you know, we encourage our listening and our viewing audience to definitely get involved. If you want to kind of come down, be a part of the show, please feel free to do so. Just give us a call, send us an email, whatever the case may be, but we will definitely be providing you with the necessary information in order to get in contact with us. If you want us to kind of come to you, you know, please feel free to let us know, and we can make that happen as well. So, man, I am going to introduce some fabulous, young people here to my right and their mother. Um, I guess I had never heard of this entity before, but I think that it's a fabulous. Well, that's because I be trying to, watch my little girlish figure. You know what I'm saying? So I be trying to stay away from them, but I don't know if we can, get a little bit of a wider screen, or if we need. There we go. We can do that too. But again, we have Jose, the mother. Hey. And then we have Mr. Donald, which is to my near right. All right. And then we have Mr. Amitri.
Hi.
What is it?
Amitri.
Amitri. Okay. That's Amitri to my far right. He's going to be the quiet one of the group today. That's right. We're going to get him talking here in just a second. However, this family, these young people, are the owners, and correct me if I'm wrong, Jose, but these guys are the owner of Cookie Crumbs.
Yes, well, this right here is actually the majority owner.
Okay.
I barely co-own it. And this is actually, these two here are the people that keep the show going. This is our assistant manager and head sales rep.
Okay.
Sweet.
That's absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to give all three of you, and we can just kind of share the mic if we can, and kind of share the headphones a little bit. And I apologize that we don't have enough to kind of go around, but that's okay. But I'm going to give you a little bit of opportunity to just kind of share a little bit of kind of how Cookie Crumbs kind of came about. If someone wanted to order some cookies, if someone wanted to, if they just wanted to kind of get in contact with you, even if they wanted one of these little, lovely, beautiful shirts you got on. I mean, just tell us a little bit about Cookie Crumbs.
Well, it makes me so proud to even be here. I want to thank you guys for the opportunity. By the way.
Absolutely.
So Cookie Crumbs is small cookies cooked by kids, owned by kids, ran by kids.
Okay.
A lot of people think that it's literally just to sell cookies. It's actually quite the opposite. It's actually here to teach the kids how to run their own business.
Okay.
All right.
So they literally do all of the work on it, like the design, the inventory, the countdown, the register, down to the inventory concerning whether it's the cookies or the inventory as far as inside of the production kitchen.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that go with that. You are able to get our cookies or find us in general at MN Cookie Crumbs straight across the board, whether it is Facebook, Instagram, our website, just anything. It's MN Cookie Crumbs. It's going to always be.
MN as in Minnesota Cookie Crumbs.
Yes.
Okay, and I think we got that up on the screen there. Is there some type of phone number that they might be able to contact you at?
Yes, you can call, text, voicemail, any of those things at 612-360-3309.
Hit them with that one more time.
612-360-3309.
And Jose like to talk a little fast over here, I see.
I always heard that. I'll work better on that.
So I'm going to allow you to, if you will be so kind, I should say, pass the mic just to your left. And that would be Mr. Donald over here. Mr. Donald.
Yep,
How old are you, bruh?
I'm 10.
10 years old. Well, you got them cheeks that a grandmother loved to pinch.
Man, they go right with the cookies, right?
Right.
You gotta have 'em.
That's what's up, Mr. Donald, 10 years old. So how long have you guys been doing this cookie thing, Mr. Donald?
We've been doing it since last year, so that's been 2 years.
About 2 years now? So you was about 8 years old, when you first when the family first kind of started this.
Yep.
Okay, all right. And so what is your position now with the company? Because we know that you've kind of been promoted along the way.
Yeah, I'm the salesman and the assistant manager.
Oh, man, 10 years old,
what's
running
up.
his own, helping run the family business, Cookie Crumbs, and he is the sales manager and what else, I'm sorry?
The
Assistant manager.
Assistant manager.
Assistant.
Sales manager and assistant manager. Young man, that is absolutely fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. At 10 years
Outstanding.
old, I was just riding a Huffy. Or a Schwinn, one of them. And then I'm gonna have you kind of a Mitri down there to my far right.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on, my brother?
Nothing.
Hey, can you do me a favor and push your mic just a little bit? No, the top part, just the top part. Yep, just swing. There you go, just a little bit. Yeah, now we can get you to talk directly into the mic there a little bit. So how old are you, sir?
I'm 12.
12 years old. You're pretty tall for 12, man.
I know.
He said, I know.
Yeah.
You're going to hit me with the little
Them
Barry White
cookies
voice.
finna go through the roof at school,
Right.
though. Those little girls are gonna be like, I saw you.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is your position and things of that nature within the company?
I'm the owner in the Big Scoop.
The owner and the big. What's the big scoop?
Like I help make cookies.
Okay, so you're kind of like the manager that's kind of running some things.
Oh yeah, he oversees the kitchen.
Oh, oversee. Okay, that's what's up. That's
Okay,
what's up.
okay.
And tell me, what school do you go to?
I go to Parnassus.
Where?
Parnassus.
Parnassus. What is that? Where is that at?
It's a
It's a preparatory charter school that's located in Maple Grove.
Oh, Prep Academy.
Okay, prep. Okay, that's
Okay.
what's
He
up.
kind of looks like Fresh
Yeah,
Prince of
you go
Bel-Air.
there too, Mr. Donald?
Nah, I go to Lakeview Elementary.
Lakeview Elementary. Okay, that's what's up. Gentlemen, Mom, I am absolutely, just astounded, with this here. Typically I just seem like I got a lot to say, a lot of questions, and right now it just seem like I'm at awe, just sitting here with these young folks, and you guys are doing the darn thing. You hear me? You're doing the darn thing. So what are some of the cookies that you guys, tend to make?
So we make a chocolate chip cookie.
Uh-huh.
It's not your average chocolate chip cookie. They're overly soft. Like we literally have to freeze them to even package them.
Oh, wow.
Okay. All right.
Literally. So just think by the time you actually have them and they're that just completely soft, break away in your mouth. It's kind of meant for really, really old people and babies to enjoy the same. You don't have to chew it.
So you saying you're not leaving anybody out,
Oh
huh?
gosh, no. We're also coming out with special batches as well for people with different. I know that's not your phone.
Yep, that's my phone.
Well, I say.
Right.
We're coming out with special batches to appeal to people who are like gluten free or don't eat dairy. We don't want to leave anybody out. Inclusion is kind of a big deal for us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So besides chocolate chip, what's some of the other kind you have?
Well, we don't do other cookies, but we are coming out with ice cream sandwiches this coming summer.
Okay, so right now just basically all kind of chocolate chip, and you're having some ice cream sandwiches coming out.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Sweet.
All right. Well, we're not even going to ask about the ice cream sandwiches just yet because we don't want to give too much out there. We want to leave a little something for the audience.
How much do the cookies cost?
Well, we have $15 buckets, which is our most popular, and then we have $10 boxes. But we're actually going to change the boxes to smaller buckets. So we're just going to sell buckets and buckets, but just two different sizes of that. I've discovered that the buckets keep them more fresh longer. Granted, nobody keeps them long anyway.
Right.
But it works best because we're going to also have shipping and everything available. So I want to make sure that everybody gets the same quality as you would if you were here in Minnesota.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Now, how long does it take to make these cookies?
Well, now that's another story.
Well, we're going to pass that down to Mr. Amitri since he's the head of the
big scoop.
kitchen. Yeah, he's the big scoop. So what goes into the production, Mr. Amitri?
Well, first you have to get the dough to make the cookie dough.
Uh-huh.
Then you have to scoop the cookies, put into an oven for I think 6 minutes.
But how are we scooping those cookies?
The scoop.
By hand. Literally.
Literally by hand. Okay, that's what's up.
That's what's up. Dimitri he got that voice like, yeah. Do you know who Prince was?
No.
Oh man. Well, you got that voice. Just know you're gonna have to fight the ladies when you get older. I swear. It's just that I don't know what you mean.
So Mr. Donald, how long does it take, to kind of for these cookies to bake and all that other type of stuff?
I don't work in the kitchen.
Okay. Wait a minute.
That is.
Wait, he said, "Wait a minute. Let me tell you something, player. I do not do the kitchen." Okay. So, Mr. Amitri, how long does it kind of take for these cookies, kind of from start to finish, to be completed?
It doesn't take that long, 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right. That's what's up. Well, man, we definitely one more time, Jose. Can you give the listening and viewing audience right now a telephone number and kind of again how to connect with you guys in case they're looking to order some stuff?
Well, we hope that you are exactly going to do that and come and order from us. You can find us online on any of the, Instagram, Facebook, or our actual website. They're all MN Cookie Crumbs, as well as you could call or text in an order at 612-360-3309.
Is that MN Cookie Crumbs, cookiecrumb.com or?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It is mncookiecrumbs.com, as well as MN Cookie Crumbs on Instagram and MN Cookie Crumbs on Facebook as well.
Okay, and that crumbs is CRUMBS.
Yes.
Okay, CRUMBS. So what about these shirts? These fabulous, nice, wonderful shirts that you have on. Are people able to buy those, or just for staff?
Actually, we'll have a new, different design because these are actually our staff shirts, but
Okay.
we have different cookie crumbs because no crumb is the same.
Okay.
So we do have shirts that'll be sold starting in October.
All right.
So please be checking out for those, and
Okay.
that also gives you time to figure out what kind of crumb are you.
Okay.
What kind of crumb? Oh man,
Yeah.
You know what? I wonder what
like
I wonder what kind of crumb I am, bro. Yeah. Well, we would definitely kind of swing back over to you guys here in just 1 second here. But again, thank you for coming on, letting us know about cookie crumbs.
Right, and these cookies are good. I've had them personally. I ran into these guys out at the Black Minnesota Fair, and I was extremely intrigued. Unless, like I said, I had to go home and fight the family for the cookies, and they went quick. So I know they're good cookies.
Right.
So
That's
I'm
what's up.
endorsing these cookies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate your time and you having us here.
Absolutely. So Joe, as you know, brother, we still have just a lot of different things that are, impacting, our community on a daily basis. And first of all, it's absolutely fabulous to have such individuals on that are doing wonderful things in our community, because we see and we talk about all of these other tragic, incidences that are happening, or these various challenging concerns. So when we have something so special and so powerful, such as cookie crumbs, and these young kids that are able to go through the complete process of not only being able to make cookies or learn how to make cookies, but also learn the business side of what it takes to kind of run a business, I think is just absolutely fabulous. And I wish you guys nothing but success. And I, too, will make sure that, if nothing else, I will definitely donate. Again, I'm trying to stay away from these cookies, but I think that I might have to try one, and they might just have me hooked.
I'm walking out with some cookies.
We walk.
I'm making sure of it. I made sure to bring cookies for everyone.
No, I think, like I said, I want to salute Mom and these guys because, see, here's the thing. Youth is the most important part of our community.
Absolutely.
Right? They're our future. They're our dreams. They're our leaders of tomorrow. And what she's putting in place is an imprint that's going to give these guys values that are going to take them further in life. And so this is important, that what she's doing is an example of what we want to see happen in the community.
Absolutely. One of the things that kind of come to my mind is that these brothers here and the mom is like Serena and Venus Williams and their daddy of tennis. And so I see big and better things outside of even what you have accomplished up to today, coming, for you guys. And we're going to kind of continue to claim that and pray on that, and that the Lord just kind of gives you guys the blessings that you guys, deserve and desire. And so, so again, thank you for, coming on out and kind of going from there.
Thank you.
Yes, and make sure the community, make sure you come out and support these guys. Get in contact with them. Make sure you're
Send your
buying
kids.
some cookies. Get your kids involved. If there's any school administrators, they're always asking about what programs we could have in school that could help the kids. Message, bingo.
Right,
spotlight, right?
Ding, ding,
Please
ding, ding,
send
ding.
them to me. We are looking for more kids to mentor. We are literally wanting to do that. We just want to educate them, give them financial literacy, and start on what do they want to do with their life.
Absolutely.
Yes. So this could actually take off inside the schools. I would like to see it in all the schools actually, because I think this will help them to build rapport.
Well, when we kind of talk about school, we both have, Joe, have spoken to a lot of parents and things of that nature, over the course of time, and they get to talking about that they want things inside of the school that has to do with real life. Now, we understand that math and English and social studies and things of that nature, you definitely will need that too. But, we also need to teach, our youth how to balance that checkbook. What is credit? How that impacts you and all of that other type of stuff. And you will get a lot of that going through programs such as the Cookie Crumbs program that they're offering right now. So this is why it is so important. It's not just about the cookies. It's also about learning valuable skills that you can use right now today and be able to carry those skills with you, even if you decided, not to stay, with Cookie Crumbs and build something on your own later, but you have learned some valuable skills along the way to do so.
Yep, you get a chance to see the benefit of hard work instantly.
Absolutely.
Because they're building this program, they're getting the cookies made, they're actually selling the cookies themselves, they're getting a chance to see what hard work pays off at, and so it's a great thing that they're doing.
Absolutely. Now, Miss Jose, and I, and the more that we keep talking, now the questions are starting to come. All right. So you're talking about that you're looking for more youth, to kind of mentor, more youth to kind of come in and kind of be a part of your program. What is that process for a young person to be able to come in and fill out an application? Is this volunteer? Do they get paid? How much is it? Because kids, their first thing they want to know, how much I get paid.
So, I'm so glad you asked that.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I asked it too, because now you're going to answer me.
Yeah. This is actually my favorite part. So any kid, any person in general coming into it, their first experience altogether is fully a volunteer everything, only because I need you to figure out if you want to be here.
Absolutely.
Nobody is here unless they want to be here.
Okay.
That is literally our absolute most important thing, because otherwise I can't work with it. You have to want it more than I do, because I can't want it more than you do for you, if that makes sense.
It does.
So after their first day of figuring out, like hypothetically, maybe you decided, hey, I want to work in the kitchen, and we'll come in, let's get some scoops going. It sounds okay until you realize we're using very small ice cream scoops and we're doing this a million times, and then some. Maybe you don't like that. So it sounded okay at the time.
Right.
But you don't like that. Okay, well, maybe you're not so much back of the house. Like, for example, he's back of the house. This is the front of the house. Some people do better depending on where they are. So point being, I allow the kids to move through everything before they decide on, I think I might be good at that. I want to do that. Now, to go into pay, I don't pay hourly. We pay by the job. Because as an entrepreneur, do you get paid hourly? No. Yeah. You get paid by the job that you do. And that's also the whole main something. We're not teaching people to go work jobs. We're teaching them to go own. And a big thing about that is, even if you don't do all of the positions, you need to know all of the positions.
Absolutely.
So it kind of, no matter what you're doing, it all still circles back to everything that's going on. So like, for example, if you're a cookie scooper, that might be something, I like that. I can just listen to my music and just go. Well, each sheet pan is $15. You finish one whole sheet pan, that's $15. Now, how many sheet pans do you want to do? That's on you. For example, so that's, you get paid by the job. So, because again, they are kids. And like, hypothetically, maybe he plays a little more than he do. So we're not going to do hourly. And on top of that, maybe you need a little bit more breaks than he do, which is all fine. Each kid is different, aka no crumb is the same.
Okay, I like that.
So we pay by the job. But now, we don't know what job that is coming into it. So no, we don't waste time doing the applications or anything. Your application is, I want to try this one. Maybe I don't want to do that. I don't like that. I want to try this, because there's so many things. Heck, we have just one person whose job is to literally sit and tally mark each cell. Well, by the end of that, that turns into a graph, and it all builds into something. Even if it sounds like a nothing job, it builds hugely.
Okay.
So just depending on what job it is that you decide to settle on, is the job that you get paid for.
Teamwork.
Okay.
Teamwork.
I like that. And so some of you guys out there that actually own your own storefronts, you know, it'd be nice to have these guys' cookies in your storefront.
Absolutely.
All right.
And trust me, they love making their own money a whole lot. That's what kind of keeps them going on their own.
That's what's up. Well, again, thank you, and we will definitely be swinging back over to you here in just a few minutes here. Joe, you know, again, some of these hot topics, you know, that we definitely have to kind of speak about here just a little bit. And the first one, man, that's out here right now, and I believe this is kind of like day 3 or day 4 of the strike, you know, for these nurses. You know, we know when it kind of comes to nursing, teaching, you know, law enforcement, you know, these can be some very challenging jobs, you know, and in some cases, almost a thankless job. You know, you don't get a lot of thank yous, you know,
Right.
things of that nature. I mean, there's been, I believe, 68 or 69 officers throughout the country. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's up like around about 15% or so from last year, this time, of officers being killed, you know, by gunfire.
Right. I think the big thing is people forget that nurses have that important role until you need one, right?
Yeah,
They
absolutely.
kind of forget how important these guys are, you know, grown, kid, you know, in between. These guys are the first one to see you when you walk through that door, and they're taking care of you after you're done with the doctors who are specialists who have come out to make sure you're okay. These guys are taking care of you. And so this is an important part of safety that we need throughout the state and the country. And so when I talked to these nurses today, I was out there with them. This is day 3. Their biggest concern is the patient and nurse ratio is not matching up. So they're getting too many patients in some cases, which puts them in a position where they can't care properly and safely for the patient. So, you know, if you've been in a hospital, you know when you push that buzzer, you want somebody to come and see what's wrong.
Absolutely.
Right. In my case, when I was in there, the short time I was in there, I needed that remote, and I couldn't get it. And those few minutes, it seemed like, you know, an hour, you know. But that's important, right? Because until you actually in pain or sore or something you can't do for yourself, you really count on those folks to be there for you. And they want to be able to provide a good level of care for the patient in the hospital. And they also want to get paid. I mean, these guys were there through the entire pandemic when we were at home. Some of us at home. And they fought through it. And now is the time that we have to tell them, yeah, we appreciate what you're doing. So you should get the pay you need. And you should get some more staff on board. So
Absolutely, and we're still not, you know, completely out of the neck of woods, you know,
No.
with that. I mean,
we're still in the pandemic.
absolutely. Let's make that abundantly clear that we are still having individuals affected by that, and that these nurses and stuff are still, you know, being impacted by that themselves.
Yes, a lot of us survived because they still came to work. And I don't know if people knew it or not, but in a lot of times these nurses couldn't go home to their families for fear they could transmit the coronavirus to their family members. So a lot of them took rooms at hotels, and they didn't see their family for almost a year because they needed to go from the hospital, change at the hotel, kind of decontaminate, and then go back. Right, and they were working some extensive shifts, and then, you know, the nurses were going down. Some of them got sick. You know, they had to witness some of the patients not making it, so it had a mental health situation going on there. So a lot went into these nurses being able to do their job. So I'm proud of what they did. They stand up for their rights, exercising their voices, and I had to go over and support them.
Absolutely, and this is exactly how you, the people, you know, have to get involved, you know, and exercise your voice in order for you to be a part of the outcome of what your community, you know, looks like, the services and things of that nature that you deserve and desire. You know, you guys have to speak up, and Joe is the person that you can come and talk to. Again, I know for a fact that I will definitely be part of his, you know, community involvement team. And I am so looking forward to that, to be able to get out and talk to the community and see what the needs are, what the wants are, so then therefore I can take it back to Joe and his staff and say, hey man, this is what we need.
I mean, it's really important because we want to send a message that the entire community counts, right? Not certain groups, but the entire community counts. The kids got a voice because the rules we put in place affect them. The parents get a voice. All the community members get a seat at the table to voice their opinion about how they feel about what safety looks like for them in their community.
Absolutely. Well, man, we are again at that midpoint. You know what I'm saying? Time goes by so fast, especially when you have such fabulous, wonderful guests in the house. Again, Mr. Donald to my right and Mother Jose. And I'm sorry because I got to stop right there because I just don't know how unique you guys don't understand her name is spelled. And that's spelled Hosea, pronounced Jose. And when she came in and I asked her what her name is and she said Jose, I looked at her and I says, yeah, no, I think she giving me a false name, bro. She lying to the police or whatever already. But it's Hosea, Jose.
Correct.
Wow. Okay. Hey. And I thought my name was unique. Boy, I'm telling you, us black folks, we know how to get creative, don't we? and then again, down to our far right, we have Mr. Amitri. We have Mr. Amitri down there. But again, man, we're at that halfway mark, and we got to kind of hit them with a little something.
That backpack.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let's make sure that you got your driver's license and insurances before you get in that car. Make sure you place them above the visor so they're easily accessible so the officer who stops you, when he stops you, won't mistake it for a weapon. Remember to stay calm, keep your hands where they can be seen, allow the officer to go through his spiel, and as always, make it home to your loved ones. Same thing when you're walking down the street. Make sure you got your driver's license or ID with you. Stay calm, keep your hands where they can be seen, allow the officer to go through his spiel, and as always, always, make it home to your loved ones. Now, just a little bit on that backpack. We do this backpack because I think it's important that our young folks make it home after an encounter with law enforcement. A lot of our youth are taught by their parents that they need to be confrontational when dealing with police officers, and we want our kids to survive the contact with law enforcement. So whatever that cop does wrong, stay calm. Just remember, when you get home, we're going to take care of it. But the goal is that you make it home in one piece. We don't know what's on that officer's mind that day, and we don't want to give him no reason to do nothing he ain't supposed to be doing to our babies.
Absolutely.
All right?
And I will say this because I always say this here. This is not to bash law enforcement. All right? We are not bashing law enforcement. We do know and acknowledge and understand that there have been many situations where people of color have not necessarily made it home and or they have been injured in some way, by a law enforcement official throughout the country. Again, this is not just a law enforcement problem because as Joe stated, we have to educate, our youth and ourselves, if that, for that matter, on how to deal, with law enforcement. Just like we don't want them to be disrespecting us when they kind of pull us over, we can't huff and puff and stick out our own chests and stuff either and try to challenge them, in a way that doesn't necessarily need to be at that particular point in time. And again, the point is here, if for some odd reason there is some negative situation, communication, or whatever the case may be between you and an officer, fighting that battle at the time that traffic stop is being made, or you're coming in contact with law enforcement at a bus stop or wherever it may be, that is not the location nor the time for you to call yourself trying to argue, debate, or anything else. There's a process for that. And I know that a lot of you think, feel, and believe that, ain't nothing going to happen and so on and so forth, and they're just going to kind of continue to do what they want to do. Hey, that may or may not be true. But I do know this here. if you don't stand up for what it is that you believe in and do things the right way, then how can we sit here and kind of continue to complain? Because that means that he or she may not go ahead and do this to somebody else, right?
Right. And also moving forward into the fact that my team and I are putting together a software package that allows us to see good and bad cops in real time. So if there are some complaints, this will make it easier for you to walk away from that situation and go, that's okay. I have a resource that I can utilize to handle this situation, because there are instances where you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, but the cop at that time is just being a knucklehead and he's just, giving you a bad time. You have to swallow your pride just a little bit and say the goal here is to get home, safe environment, then we can come back and take care of this situation.
Absolutely.
Right?
And that is exactly why Joe and I, one of the reasons why we kind of do this show, because we do have access to information, resources, things of that nature to kind of help you get through various situations that you may be dealing with. And not only just the police. This is not just against the police, but we do have other resources, pertaining to housing and other various programs that if you're having some type of addiction or something like that, we do have access to those type of things. So again, I just wanted to kind of, go back and reiterate here just a little bit. It is extremely, extremely important, just like these nurses are standing up for what they believe in. You as the community, stand up and fight for what you believe in. Do not sit back and wait for someone else to make these decisions for you, because a good portion of the time when we do that, we're waiting for handouts or whatever the case may be. It's really never what we need, want, deserve, and or desire. So again, get involved, and that is why I am so impressed again with Mr. Donald, Mother Jose, and Brother Amitri. That you guys are out here doing some fabulous things. It sounds like Mr. Donald got something on his mind he want to say.
Yes.
That's not my mom. That's my mom's best friend.
And that's his best friend.
Okay, hold on. See, now they tricking me. I just sit here for 35 minutes thinking that this was mom and son. Okay, so mom is whose son? So you're Amitri's son. Okay, and then Amitri's mom. And then Donald, you are Amitri's best friend?
Yeah,
And I'm also his mom's best friend.
Now, let me tell you something you
okay.
didn't know. See, when I was coming up, that's called raised in the village. That is your mom.
Hey,
That's
You
your
do
second
realize,
mom.
like, I've been here
Because
longer
if you
than
get out of line, mom already gave her the clearance
Like, who can
to
pick
get
you
them
up
cookies
too?
together. But I love you for doing what you're doing. And I get it. He said, I want to make sure my mom get her gas too.
Absolutely.
I want my
And his
mom.
mother is an entrepreneur herself.
Is she?
Yeah,
Yes,
so
she is.
so what does your mom do?
she does nails clawed by Davier.
Yep.
Nails by what?
Claude by Davier.
Claws?
Claude by Davier.
Spell it.
Clawed.
Clawed
Mm-hmm.
by
Davier.
By Davier.
Davia.
There you go.
Okay,
Give
all
mom,
right.
give mom that little plug. What is it called? One more time.
Clawed by Davier.
And what's mama name?
Davier.
Davier. And what you got a phone number for Miss Davier?
612-272-7997.
Say it again.
612-272-2997.
And that's Clawed by Davier.
Yes.
And she do nails and what else?
Yep, she does nails.
She does braids sometimes.
Okay,
Okay.
so she does kind of the whole cosmetology type thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up.
What's up. See, this family is contributing right away.
Absolutely.
Right? Love that. Love that.
Absolutely. Bruh, I know that I really want to kind of talk about this real quick because there was some type of information that came out about the city of Minneapolis having a high number or being one of the highest cities with gun violence.
Right.
There was something to do with ShotSpotter or something like that.
Yeah. The numbers kind of suggest that we're in the higher average of gun violence. And looking at it a little bit more, I don't know if you guys knew, St. Paul mayor actually turned down the option of having the shot spotter in St. Paul, and folks kind of went, well, that's not a good thing. But it turns out that Minneapolis is spending right around $2 million a year on the shot spotter, and the concern is whether or not they're actually leading to arrest.
Right.
Because the shot spotter is designed to detect gunfire in the community and then give an officer general location as to where that may have happened. Now, it hasn't led to a whole bunch of arrests, but it has helped in some cases involving homicides where officers were able to locate the victims and try and locate individuals and it makes them arrest. So there's been a couple arrests out there, but the question is it really cost effective to bring down gun violence? So when I saw that today, I was kind of like, ooh, that's a big concern.
I will say this here, being a former Minneapolis police officer, it is nice to have as much information, resources and tools at your disposal as you possibly can, rolling into such a hot situation.
I agree.
And when you're talking about a general area of shots being fired, at times, we have been able to pinpoint exactly to someone's backyard or whatever the case may be. And we may not necessarily, or at that time, and I'm sure even now, catch the offender. But if there's a victim laying there, we were able to find him or her a lot faster and get them the necessary help to get them to those nurses that we're talking about earlier, to get them the help that they need to potentially save their life. But now if we're running around, not knowing exactly where these shots come from, that person could be laying there 5-10 minutes, and it just does not take that long, depending on where that wound may be, for you to kind of bleed out.
And I think it's been, in my concept, from when I listened to a few of the tapes on there, it's been really helpful because you can actually hear the repetition of fire on those sounds. So if you're coming into fully automatic gunfire. Now, from a law enforcement standpoint, a lot of people don't understand, for me as an officer, what that would mean. Like, am I coming into a hot zone with a handgun where there's a pow, pow, or am I hearing, which gives me a chance to better prepare myself to enter that hot environment? So it does have its advantages. We're hearing that there's still some consideration, but there hasn't been any independent auditing of the system. One of the news groups did do a little digging, but this system is in 100 states in the United States, but it's only in Minneapolis, the one city in the state of Minnesota.
It's in 100 cities.
Yeah, it's in 100 cities, and
within the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, in the United States, but it's only in one city in Minnesota, and that's Minneapolis.
Wow.
So, and like you say, I don't know, when you're out there and about, you want that shot spotter.
I would think so.
You want that shot spotter because, and for me, maybe by itself, it wouldn't be that great. But Minneapolis is taking it one step further with Project Safe Streets. They actually have cameras in proximities. So not only is it activated, but it also has a possibility that we got video that's catching. And so those tools together are making it a little bit easier to fight crime.
Absolutely. And in addition to them trying to get back up to full strength, in addition to them using various other resources to kind of help out, in addition to, the community get involved, in addition to a lot of things. So when we kind of talk about safety, there's levels and layers to safety. And those nurses are part of that layer.
Exactly.
Again, Mr. Coleman, I believe it's Mr. Coleman that's the mayor over in St. Paul. Last name Coleman? I think it is. But anyway, whatever it is, it's not Coleman?
No.
I don't know. Anyway,
put up the mayor's name there
for St. Paul.
Yeah.
My point is this here. I know that there is a cost to this here, and you may think feeling Carter.
Carter. There we go. Melvin Carter.
Carter, not what did I say?
Sorry, Melvin.
Right. I said
Mayor
Coleman.
Carter.
I have a question. How was that app? Oh, sorry. How was that app that you guys are speaking on? How is it different from? I think it's called like Citizens. Have you guys heard of that app?
Citizen app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Citizen app is just basically providing you information where things are kind of going on at that particular time. The Shot Spotter, is that what you're asking about?
Yeah.
The Shot Spotter is basically a system that alerts the 911 dispatchers.
Oh, that's the part I'm missing.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
Yeah, alerts them of what's going on, and then they then get that information to the officers that are out there on the street. So then, therefore, they can get to that area as quickly as possible, and hopefully, one, be able to, catch a shooter, and save
A life.
a life, and or three, discontinue those that are out there, recklessly, firing guns, because they know if the police is coming, 99.9% of the time, they not really about that life, because they end up running and things of that nature. So again, with this being a valuable layer,
It seems actually very great.
I do. I think it's an important
Like,
too.
how is it only in Minneapolis?
I
I mean, I understand the cost, but that
the
just
cost
seems
is
really
there, but I think
effective.
we just don't push it enough in the community, right? Minneapolis is the largest city, and I got to believe that it was originally the prototype. We're gonna, try it here, see how it works here, and then probably expand it. But I think maybe the cost became an issue, and there's still not a whole lot of investigation on how credible it is. But it does work. Right, it does work in direction. It does work with the gunfire. It does let you know how many shots are being fired. So in my mind, it's an effective tool. Plus, when combined with the cameras.
I'm looking forward to the development of that. I think that's good.
Yeah, and again, Mr. Carter, I don't live over in Ramsey County or in St. Paul anywhere, but I would encourage you, sir, to
Get on
really
board.
do your homework, or have your staff do your homework, because it is truly a valuable piece when it kind of comes to those layers of safety, for your officers over there, and also the community.
Yeah, because with the gunfire going up, in a lot of past cases, what cops have had to do was they've had to rely on neighbors. Right? Oh, we thought we heard it coming from over there. And the problem with that is that it can sound like it's over there, and it's really
way
back
over
here.
there. Yeah.
And the
Absolutely.
shot spotter has the ability to pinpoint. Bang! It came from right there.
See,
And not only, and I'm sorry, Miss Jose, it not only it does it pinpoint where it's at, but it also has the availability to be able to determine, was this a gunfire or was this a firecracker? Things of that nature. So then, therefore, officers are not chasing, their tails kind of come around 4th of July and all this other type of stuff. Now, yes, can it get things kind of crossed sometimes? Yeah, obviously it can, especially with some of these larger, fireworks and things of that nature.
yeah.
But again, at the end of the day, this is truly a valuable piece of equipment that
Yes.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, and most major or busy cities that are having this higher increase of gun violence, or just shots being fired, in their city. I mean, this is Brooklyn Center, Brooklyn Park, and other cities
Yeah.
need to have this as well.
Yeah,
Especially
and the good
Brooklyn.
thing, the best thing about it, and Beek said it before, is that even if you don't call, the machine calls.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Right?
Yeah.
So that
I
is
like
the
that
best
a
part.
lot.
So if somebody shot you out there and you never got a chance to 911 anybody, somebody knows and they're coming.
So then, like, as a homeowner, can you like petition or buy whatever stuff to like add on to the sites of that? Like, hey, I want a camera or a sensor in my home for, to add on to what you guys can see.
I think that's something we could look at in the future, but for right now, it's not offered.
Yeah, I mean, something like that.
It's
there.
strictly
I-
law enforcement.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah, but I think what you can do.
like
if you want to, again, and we encourage people to kind of get involved, is provide put like Ring doorbells or the
I'm
Blink
such a firm
doorbell
believer.
system like that there. Do other things in your community. Maybe it might be a floodlight or whatever the case may be, a motion light, whatever, to help, your community. So then therefore, if there is an incident, you can call, and say, hey, look, I know that there was a shooting. I think that my camera system from my house may be able to capture something. Or you
Okay.
look at your system prior to and like, yeah, I got something that might be helpful to the investigator, things
Yeah.
of that nature. So these are the type of things that we encourage, individuals in the community, to do. Now, don't misunderstand, because we're not trying to tell anyone to put yourself, or your family in danger, right? But here's the thing
It's to
is,
help somebody else stay out of it is how I took it.
absolutely, and again, if you're not saying anything, these individuals is going to kind of continue to do what they do and what they do, and it's going to increase and it's going to increase. And I've said this before. We had Brother KG on here who said this billions of times. It's somebody else to yesterday, but it can be somebody else that you love tomorrow. And that's exactly what has happened in my family. It has happened in his family. It has happened in Joe's family. And this is why it is so important that we as the community stand up and speak up and get involved and say something. And we need to stop with all of this pointing fingers and pushing blame and all this other type of stuff and thinking it's just us against the police, et cetera, because it's not. Now, I will say this here, because I know that we're kind of getting down to the end here, and then I want to just kind of touch on another thing or two here. But I know that I think it's the city of Chicago. I don't think it's the state of Illinois. But I know it's the city of Chicago that is getting ready to implement, some new policies, that is not necessarily good, for the city as a whole. As they're talking about individuals, it's going to be a lot easier for individuals to be released.
Oh, on certain murder cases.
as far as
certain
the
cases.
non-bail, I believe it is. Or,
Yeah. So, and this is why, people in the community need to get involved, because it's stuff like that there that should never be allowed to happen.
Well, people got to get out and vote. There's a lot more things to vote for outside of your presidency.
And
like, people are getting upset about, like, the funding concerning, like, the buses. Like, well, you have to vote. There are senates, there are sheriffs. There's a lot of other things outside of the president to vote for. So you have to get involved in what you have going on in your city.
That is it in a nutshell. That is that community involvement piece that we're always talking about. And I always say it's important for law enforcement to empower the people through education, right? The first time you learn about laws should not be while you're in custody, right?
You are correct.
You should be informed on your laws, right? We're educating people so they don't have to go to jail. That is the biggest part of the job. We need to be having these community policing academies so that folks understand why cops do what they do. We need to be pushing our young police explorers program so that they understand they can be a police explorer, eventually become a cadet, maybe a community service officer, and apply
Absolutely.
to try and take the job. So it is huge that we have this community piece on board. Lastly, and I got to do some more digging, but it was brought to my attention just early this morning, and I haven't had a chance to look into it. I don't know if you guys can find anything on it back there, but so there is a thing now, a big push to have police drones in the communities now. Given the fact that there's a manpower shortage at a lot of police departments, they're looking at the possibility of having a division of police drones that are just going to be out patrolling the communities in lieu of having the manpower. So there is some pushback on privacy issues because they're able to elevate above houses, so to speak. And so I think the argument is going to be, what level are they flying at? How, who's actually controlling them? What are they
I
seeing?
would more so think about the privacy of my own yard, hypothetically. Like, hypothetically, if
Yeah.
I have a full secluded yard, in the sense of like a full privacy fence, and it's
Right.
tall,
Yeah.
and I want to be in my backyard naked,
Yeah.
Now, hypothetically, does that drone now change that to being indecent exposure? Whereas it wouldn't technically be beforehand because I was in my own privacy. That's the kind of something that comes to
going to
question
be
for me.
That's going to be up because I think the fact you're in your own yard means no one on the ground can see you.
You know, so
But the problem is, the concern is somebody in the drone watching longer than he needs. You know what I mean? It's okay to fly by, but if you kind of hovering, we got some issues.
Yeah, I'm like,
Absolutely.
does that lead to me being in trouble? I want to make sure that I'm not getting in more trouble by being my own private self.
Right. Well, I will say this here is because I know that they're already using this technology in various locations in California. Okay. So I would definitely like to dive into a little bit more and get a little bit more research and feedback on the success or what success, that they are having, down in California. Me personally, I think that I would go for that, and I hear what you're saying is in regards to privacy and things of that nature. But then I look at it as from the standpoint of we can then truly revamp, our chase, any law enforcement, their chase policy, because now this thing is just hovering. You know what I'm saying? So now we don't have to necessarily have police cars potentially going through stop signs or stoplights or whatever the case may be. This thing is just flying. So then all of a sudden, if you decide to jump out, well, it just follows you.
We can still see you.
Yeah, we can still see you.
Right.
So if you decide that you want to go into 1266, Main Street,
Right.
well, now we got you. Now all of a sudden we don't do nothing but set up a perimeter, call whatever it is that we need, whatever code that we need, and we surround the house and we get you to come out, hopefully peacefully, but that's going to be the bad guy's choice.
Yeah. I mean, the thing of it is, we are moving into a modern policing concept anyway. And every few years, we have to upgrade our law enforcement to make them compatible to the crime that we're facing on the street. Right now, we're experiencing a situation with high-powered weapons on the streets in the hands of our young kids, both in school and out of school. Mm-hmm. And so we have to be able to approach this from all aspects to try to gain some control of what's happening. So, we talked to some folks about guns in the school, having the metal detectors in the schools. We hope to have some more of those conversations to make sure our kids are safe. We're concerned, parents are concerned about the appearance factor of it. I always fall back on the fact of this. I want to know that when a kid walks in that school, a gun is the last thing
Absolutely.
he wants to worry about. I want to make sure that his tough day consists of worrying about the test that he's trying to pass and not whether or not he's safe from his neighbor.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
True.
So, well, I know, man, we're down to the end of another fabulous Let's Talk About It Wednesday. Cookie Crumbs, thank you guys for kind of coming on out, sharing your story. But before I let you just get out here, it's not that simple. It's never that simple. Mr. Donald. Well, he got that grandma cheeks, boy. Got that pretty smile, man. That's what's up, young man. So if there was any, encouraging words that you would, want to give to the young people out there, as far as maybe getting involved with the program, whatever it is that you want to share, with the young people, go ahead and do it.
Work hard.
Work hard. There you go.
I like that.
There you
I like
go.
that.
You got to work hard,
Right to the
dedication, determination, straight to the point. Let's get it. Mr. Amitri, way down to my right. Right. What would be some closing words, encouraging words that you would like to share with our listening and viewing audience?
Just be yourself.
Okay. All right. Be yourself.
You got you.
Again, I'm sure that there's a lot of little cliques, groups, whatever the case may be in the school, and you kind of what do they call that when you're kind of peer pressure, might lead you to want to do this and do that and so on and so forth. But again, be yourself. You do not have to do.
There he is.
There he is. Being himself. There he is being himself, and you do not have to get into anything
Those sheet pans we talking about, that's $15 a pan.
Okay.
that you do not want to do. And that's what's up, man. Mom, Miss Jose, I'm going to let you kind of close it out for Cookie Crumbs, and again, kind of give some encouraging words, and also provide, the phone number and also how to get in contact with you.
Well, contact information wise, again, you can contact us at mncookiecrumbs.com or mn Cookie Crumbs Instagram or Facebook. Please feel free to leave a review, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. We love to sit and read them and do things better if we can, if it's something we could actually fix. If there's a real issue, we've yet to actually get one. But nonetheless, we look forward to that the same. I'd like to just say, like, hey, I'm proud. I'm proud of them and the kids to come. Like, throw them our way.
Absolutely. What's that phone number?
612-360-3309. You could call, text, put in orders however you please.
Absolutely. And before we let you go, we're gonna give mom, Mr. Donald's mom, another little plug. Well, what is her name and information again?
Her name is Davier.
You can find her at Claude by Davier.
You can find her at Claude by Davier. I think on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's CLAWED, Claude by Davier.
Yep.
And then what's mom's number again? Right there.
612-272-9779.
Hit it one more time.
612-272-9779.
Okay.
Okay.
And she does all the cosmetology. And look, she would put her nails up like, yeah, she got me covered. She got me covered.
Anyone who knows me definitely knows of her, because
Okay.
I always brag about it, and I always make sure to have some kind of inappropriate way to show my nails. I can't.
That's what's up. That's
Okay.
what's up. Mr. Joseph.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
look
Yes,
here,
sir.
man. It is always, and I know when me and you be on here, we have some fabulous times. Don't get me wrong, bro. And I love talking to you every day, all day if I can. But when we have young folks in the house like this, man, they just steal the show. And again, thank you guys for coming out and sharing what it is that you do.
I want to thank you for the education that you just gave us, like all of it, down to the procedures, whether you're walking, you're driving. Those are kind of things that, like, we need to know. So
Oh,
I really
absolutely.
appreciate that a lot.
Absolutely. Joe, again, man, we down to another end of a fabulous show. So we're going to go ahead and close this out here. Again, my name's Antoine Beeks. I have a security company, WSC Protective Agency. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, needs for safety and security, please feel free to reach out to me. 612-978-6066. Again, 612-978-6066. You can also visit us at westportsecurity.net, westportsecurity.net. And I'm certain I have been doing this for so long that I have a blueprint that will definitely satisfy your security and safety needs. I am also a firearms instructor. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about being a responsible and legal gun owner, please feel free to hit me up. I have familiarizational classes for those with little or no shooting experience, permit to carry classes, and also recertification classes. And that's 612-702-9849. Again, 612-702-9849. And again, I am not only your instructor for that day, but I am a resource for life. All right. It is extremely important that if that is something that you want to do, I do not encourage folks to take these online classes and things of that nature. It just gets so messy. Please come and see me in class. We take the necessary precautions. We still know that COVID and things are out there. So, but again, if there's a group of friends or family, it's always good to kind of help each other, learn from each other, teach one another. I'm also a Narcan instructor. Teaching those about, overdose and things of that nature. So again, just a gamut of different things that I do independently, in addition to being Joseph Banks' campaign manager, good friend, brother in crime, whatever it is that you want to call it. It has been absolutely, wonderful, knowing this brother, and then being able to see where we were at when we sat at our first table together at a Caribou Coffee on Franklin and Nicollet, what I'm saying, to the tables that we have sat at, over the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 plus years. We have come a long way within our friendship and everything else. So again, brother, it's been an honor. Thank you. Again, this is a grassroots campaign for Joseph Banks as he's seeking candidates for Hennepin County Sheriff. However, this is even more so for you, the people, for us to inform you, educate you, empower you, and enhance your livability. You have to get involved. It's paramount that you get involved in what your community will look like, in the future. Your voice matters. Joe, I'm going to go ahead and turn that on over to you, so then you can go ahead and close this on out, brother.
All right. Like Beak said, we're a grassroots campaign. You can reach us at banksforsheriff.com. That's BANKS, the number 4, sheriff.com. Or JoeLawman at hotmail.com. That's JoeLawman at hotmail.com. You can also reach me at 763-221-4724. 763-221-4724. Now, if you need to talk to me in person, feel free to pop by the shop, see what we got to offer. I'm also out in the community. As you know, I'm a co-founder and chairman of Twin Cities Recovery Project, so we're out doing outreach in the community every day. We're out here with the people, making sure that those needs are being made. We know that you feel like your voice don't count, but this gives you a platform. So if you got a question or something you need to say, bring it to the table. All right? So with that being said, we're going to jump right into that final backpack.
That backpack, baby. I gotta have it.
And that means keeping your driver's license and insurance with you before you get in that vehicle. Place it above the visor so it's easily accessible and it won't be confused for a weapon and stopped by law enforcement. Make sure you stay calm. Keep your hands where they can be seen. Allow the officer to go to a spill. And as always, make it home to your loved ones. Same thing when you're walking down the street. Make sure you stay calm. Keep your driver's license ID easily accessible. Keep them hands where they can be seen. Don't let the officer upset you. And as always, get home to your loved ones. It's been a great show. We want to thank everyone out, including our special guests, for coming out and joining us today.
Cookie crumbs.
That's right. Those cookies, I'm over here waiting to get some of them cookies, right? So with that being said, guys, I'm Joe Banks.
And I'm Antoine Beeks.
And we just talked about it.
Peace.